Hey everybody, it's Matt with MattRandall.com, where time, money, and energy equals freedom. And this is why I fired my pill pusher part 3, the car accident. When I was 21, I had a really nasty car accident. It was winter, I was coming back from my girlfriend's house, and I got broadsided. Now, I'm going to, own up to my own piece of this. I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I know, dumb. Always wear your seatbelt, folks, and I can tell you why. Because when I got broadsided, it was in the door behind me, which caused my driver's side door to pop open. The car spun around, flinging me out into the street. I landed on my left shoulder on the street as the car was spinning. So it was nasty. Honestly, I should have died, but I didn't. Thank God, some angel was watching over my other shoulder, my good shoulder at the time. So the ambulance shows up. They take me to the hospital, and they do an examination. I told them, my shoulder hurts naturally, so they take an X-ray. There's nothing broken, thank goodness for that. But they said, we're going to give you a prescription for, I remember it specifically, this was, 40 years ago. I remember it was called Fiasol, an anti-inflammatory. And they said, you need to take this anti-inflammatory to reduce the swelling in your shoulder. And now, I was working in a pharmacy at the time, a family pharmacy. So I had access to a physician's desk reference. If anybody doesn't know, it's a huge book that has all the medications and side effects to those medications, and not just the side effects, but how to use them properly. In that book that pharmacists use to double check what the doctors are doing. So I was able to look that up. You know what the number one side effect of Fiasol was for an anti-inflammatory? Digestive issues leading to ulcers. So my shoulder might feel better in a little bit, but the next step would be to go in complaining that I have digestive issues and ulcers, which means that I would take the next medication, which would be an antacid or something like that. And then it would be a long string of continuous medications until death, right? So now, I was a martial artist. I was already into nutrition and fitness and natural health. So I knew that the answer was not to take the anti-inflammatory, but I could simply ice it, heat it, stop using it. So I took time off from my martial arts lessons, no punching, no push-ups, that sort of thing. Rest, ice, elevation, simple home remedies. And then the bursitis in my shoulder went down over time. But I needed to give it time. That's what most people don't do. They'd rather take drugs, take the pain away immediately, because they can't stand to go through a little bit of pain and a little bit of time, right? But the alternative was to have a lifelong problem with digestion. And that was simply not going to happen. So I had to tell that pill pusher, you're fired. And this is why I'm in natural health and nutrition, and why at 60 years old, I'm in the best shape of my life, because I have the ability to, and the education to say no to medication that's not necessary when I can take more natural alternative methods for my health. There you go. Now, I mentioned in the last episode that I'm going in for a blood test on Wednesday, and I told you why I was a little upset and I fired my other pill pusher, because they didn't do proper preparation for the blood test I went in for a routine exam. This one with Function Health comes with a list, step by step, right? 3 days beforehand, no seafood. Remember, we had that cholesterol issue? Right, not only just cholesterol, but heavy metals, mercury, and other things that are present in seafoods that we're being tested for, which normal testing doesn't do, but Function Health will as part of the routine. So I have that list 3 days beforehand, no. The day before, no supplements. The morning before, no food. We're going on a fasting cleanse. That's pretty normal for any blood test. You always do that fasting. And there's a list, because this is done right. Starting the week before, step by step, day by day, what I should and should not do to be prepared properly for a real blood test for over 100 different biomarkers. And I can't wait to see the results. When was the last time you actually said you were excited about a blood test to see the results? Man, if you want more information, let me know.